Good evening, DonnieK here, and today with me is my guest, or, well, the guest.
John No Johns, long time no see, Otaku Hourly Crew.
Crap, it's been a while, actually. When was the last time you were here?
Yeah, what was the last time I was here?
I'll just assume it was Galco related. Anyways, though.
Yeah, that's not what we're here to talk about, is my disappearance. We're here to talk about some more important matters.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a year now?
Yes.
Since this show came out?
Yeah.
We're covering Made in Abyss.
Woo! Yay!
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's... You want to cover the synopsis to this story?
So Made in Abyss is a show that recently appeared last year. It was dubbed Best Anime of 2017 by the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, from what I've heard. And it's a show about the story of Rico, who lives in the town of Orth, who lives on top of this giant crater in the middle center of whatever planet they are. We think it's Earth. And it's called the Abyss. And the lower you descend, the more this curse of the Abyss happens. So what happened is that Rico's mom, Liza, the Annihilator, actually ascended all the way down and is at the bottom. And she sends a message to Rico saying, "Hey, I'm at the bottom of the Abyss. Can you come down here?" So Rico, along with Reg, join up together to hopefully find...
Yeah, who is Reg? Just throwing that one there so that people know. Rico's a little girl, 10 years old or something?
Yeah, Rico's a 10-year-old girl. Reg is a robot boy that she found on one of her scavenger raids when she was in the orphanage. So like I said, so the two tag team to go down straight into the Abyss, and then adventures ensue from there, and you learn about the Abyss.
That's actually a pretty good summary. I couldn't do any better, because I forgot that the name of the city was Orth and everything else with that.
Well, I mean, I made sure to do my preparation and watch it.
Because really, that was a good summary, guys, if you're interested in the actual story. The super abridged version is kind of like Ash Ketchum goes on a Pokemon journey. She's just going to go dig herself deeper into a hole. It's going to be a fun adventure of a 10-year-old going to learn the ways of the world.
Pretty much. And that's what's so good about the show.
Yeah.
Because it's it definitely has the world building. And that's what I love about this show, is that it's just, this is like a world I would want to live in, but at the same time be terrified if I was living in it.
Why?
Because...
What possible things can go wrong? It's just an adventure, right? It's a soft-hearted adventure.
I mean, he's soft, he says, but it's like the world's so breathtaking, and the learning more about the world, but at the same time, though, everything in the Abyss can eat me.
Yes.
And I don't want to be in the world where I'm on the bottom of the food chain here.
Guys, if you want to know, it's a lighthearted adventure, kind of like how Huck Finn is a lighthearted adventure about a boy traveling around with her companion and meeting horrible, horrible people. But point being is that if you want a very good idea of what the Abyss is like, just check out the Animal Planet.
That's good, and yet
it's between that or Nat Geo, where things just eat things and you go, wow, nature is horrifying.
I mean, yeah, that's what I got from it. Once you see episode 1 just starts off like, oh yeah, Rico's gonna get eaten alive.
Doop-de-doo, fun adventures. I go to school like any kid.
Yeah, it's surprising. People compare this show a lot to Madoka Magica, which was another show that was in 2013. I remember 2013.
No, Madoka was 2010, dude.
Yeah, dang, so long. So yeah, 7 years later, they just realized that the secret to dread and hatred is just throw moe blocks.
Let's do cute things, and then after a few episodes, you just get ambushed.
It's like, fool you. So yeah, no, that's what's so good about Made in Abyss. What do you?
So I mean,
yeah.
So you were talking about the nature and in the Abyss, but not only is it the fact that it's a fun adventure into the wilderness, which is just an endless pit of sorrow, essentially,
mm-hmm.
but even in its most grotesque, everything is still organic and beautiful. It reminded me kind of like Ghibli-esque. Everyone uses the adjective Ghibli-esque for this.
Well, it's funny you ask because, and I won't go too much into detail, but because one, I forgot this name unfortunately. But yes, a artist that used to work at Ghibli did most of the background designs for this. Some of it could have gone outsourced because it's a television production. They need to get things quick and done. But yeah, a Ghibli's artist did work on it. He did work on like Castle in the Sky and stuff. And basically, he retired and now is teaching Japanese kids. But what happened was he saw Made in the Abyss. He's like, I want to do Gacho. I want to do Gacho. That's literally his reaction was like, yes, I need to design this show. So if you want to know why, yes, for a television production anime, those backgrounds are on point. Even if it is outsourced.
That's
some of it.
That's news to me anyways, because all I know is that these nature scenic shots are amazing. Mm-hmm. Even the points where they go into a cave and it's kind of dark and gets kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like, there's a point where Rico ends up in, basically a pitch pot plant.
Oh, yeah. No, that was a pretty... Oh, man. Every episode of Made in the Abyss, especially with the whole, like, pitch pot plant Rico, or, like... It's always Rico that's getting, like, annihilated, mostly. Because, she is human, and Reg has to do most of the saving. So it's, like... Reg's almost like the protagonist in this situation where it's, like, I woke up with no memory, kind of like an RPG.
Oh, yeah, he is an amnesiac.
Yeah, so he's an amnesiac. And then Rico's like, I'm their best friend, let's go on daring adventures together, and But, yeah, no, that's what I think I like about this series, but it's only 13 episodes, which is pretty short. And
yeah, that's short. Wait, you keep on saying made for TV, like, did this run on air? Because...
Yeah, it did run on air.
It did?
Yeah, it ran on TV Tokyo.
Dude...
Yeah.
That's pretty brutal for TV. I thought it was just one of those Amazon specials.
So, even though it's one of those Amazon specials, there still is... It's all about budget here. And in most anime, it's the budget of the creators. And like I said, even though there still does have signs of TV anime, but sometimes there will be limited animation, at least the characters are... probably, like, they're easy to draw. Animation shouldn't be too hard. They're moe blobs, technically speaking. So,
well, you're not wrong. One of them is a literal blob.
Yeah. We'll get to that one later.
Oh, okay.
But, other than that, though, yeah, it's just Made in the Abyss's production values is just absolutely amazing. That's one of the reasons why I like this show. Not to me as an artist who likes to create characters and backgrounds and stuff, but it's a really good show for that reason. So, but yeah, man, tell me more about why you like it, though.
It's really cute, and I also like the Abyss is just... You go deeper and things change, and so you get to visit, 3 or 4 different ecosystems in this entire series, if not this first season.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
You go to Orth, then you go hang out in what's reminiscent to... Imagine a forest meets a castle. There's just a lot of green growing out of brick. And then afterwards, you end up in... It's an upside-down jungle with sloth monkeys throwing rocks at you.
Yeah. Or even, weird pig... wing hybrid things trying to, dig up corpses for food. And then that was, one of them that really shocked me was, I didn't know, because you heard,
They're called corpse weepers.
Yeah, corpse weepers.
Imagine a bird, but now give it arms, and, its face splits open 4 ways to reveal a tongue, and all it does is drink your blood. Yeah, that's what this thing does. Also, it pretends to scream like normal people so that more people will show up to try to help the hurt person.
Yeah, and then boom, there's your... It's that level of attention to detail and world building is one of the things that why Made in the Abyss is such a good show. And you should definitely go watch it for that reason. Because Oh my gosh! Like even after we because I think me and Donnie K here we kind of viewed it for like a little bit just to kind of refresh our brains about it. Like even then we still kept talking over like, oh man, there's questions about what's gonna happen here, what's gonna happen here. And I know you're further in the manga than I am.
Yeah. By the way, the manga is out, guys. It's being published by Yen Press, I think.
Yeah, if you want some of
You want to just continue your adventure, check that out.
Yeah, because season 2 is going to be waiting for a while. Anyways, though, that's what I kind of liked about it, was just the art style, from a technical stance. From a story stance. Yeah.
It's really interesting. I like the characters, because all the good guys aren't even that good. They're kind of horrible. Other than our pure protagonists, like... all the adults she ever meets are just terrible people.
Yeah, and all the kids in this world are just like innocent bystanders.
It's like, well, it's funny because I'll chalk them up to like the Oliver Twist orphans. They're kind of like that.
Yeah, no, that's all I can see, because most of the children in Made in the Abyss, if you're a child in that show, you better be careful. Think about it.
You can die of birthday fever, because that's an actual disease in this story.
Yeah, like, apparently, like, a fever comes to kill someone if it's your birthday. So, yeah, don't plan any parties at Chuck E. Cheese or anything like that. So, it's just that level of, like, intrigue that's, like, it's inviting to go in, but once you go into the hole, it's like, you can't.
Yeah, like Madoka Magica, because you did liken it to that, or at least you said people do.
Yeah.
It's the idea that you're on a fun-time adventure, guys, with, like, a cute little girl doing cute things, I guess. And then you realize that there's too much reality in here, and that adventures come with a bunch of different consequences. One of them being that, like... oh, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what horrible things happen other than possibly getting eaten by creatures.
Well...
You get attacked by a porcupine.
Yeah.
That happens. Psychic porcupines.
Psychic porcupines?
They're psychic porcupines.
Or, like, a relic that, like, gives life to people who are, like, dead or something, right?
Oh, right. I forgot. There's a cube that brings back the dead.
Yeah, which is... pretty nuts in this world.
Yeah. There's all sorts of things. So while, yes, the world is a beautiful place, it's also a horrifying place, and it's also very interesting to see what the creators decide to do with this place, because, doesn't happen in the show, but to give you an idea of how horrifying it gets, litigation happens when you get further down the rabbit hole.
Literally.
Yeah. Like,
you may find
it's not boring. It's not boring. You're not in Phoenix Wright land where there will be lawyers. It's just more of there's actual justice, and so when bad things happen, you have to pay for them.
Oh yeah, heavily. And that's one of the things that make Made in the Abyss such a good show, is just that attention to detail, plus the world building. The characters are really cool. I think my favorite though has to be Reg. Because he's just Mega Man with an incinerator arm and just goes...
Yeah, he's a precious robot boy person.
Yeah, he's on, like, Kana levels of, like, actually...
Yeah, everybody likes him.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, if you guys want to do cross-shipping, then, yeah, there's your cross-ship I just gave you guys.
Wow. Why are you giving them more fuel? Why are you doing this?
Because, this show's about suffering, good sir.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Mite, Kobayashi. That was just a reference to Kobayashi. But anyways, no, yeah, Made in the Abyss is definitely a good show. Definitely check it out. Towards the end, though, it was pretty...
Yeah, I won't give you context, that way you can find out for yourself, dear listener, but you kind of suffer just major whiplash, and it's not even that jarring where it's just, oh, I'm sad, I got to watch someone get euthanized. Anyways, check out this delicious soup we made.
Yeah, it's like being stabbed with a knife and then like, oh, hey, you like this? Let me just twist the knife just a little bit more.
Yeah, and then while they're enjoying dinner, they remind you that somebody just died.
Yeah. Well, like I said...
It's a cute show. Go watch it.
Yeah, definitely go watch it.
Now, before I end this segment, you can find Made in Abyss on Amazon Prime, High Dive, and also at your nearest Barnes & Noble. It is published by Seven Seas Entertainment. Okay, guys, we are back. It's actually a good transition. The reason why I wanted to cut off is, well, the first half was just going to be us talking about the show. Now we're just going to discuss things. If you actually care, guys, this is a spoiler warning right now.
Super spoiler warnings. Just keep that in mind. We're going to spoil the entire series. No restraint on spoilers, so you have been warned. You know, like we already recommend it's a good show, so just go watch it.
Yeah, okay, so going off, what spoiler topic did you want to talk about?
Okay, well, I know this is the first one. What did we think about Made in Abyss as a whole? I'm curious what you think, DonnieK.
I had a lot of fun. People keep on saying that it's the Dark Souls of anime. I don't know if I would want to go there, but
yeah.
I kind of like it because it's happy fun time adventures with generic lolly and robot boy, but then it slowly turns into real life consequences.
I think what it is, though, it's like, it's not even that. It's just that Made in Abyss is just really, it does feel like a video game, because a lot of people say that the original guy who did all the artwork for it and the manga worked in the video game industry, so everything like that's been happening up to the point is just segments that you find in a video game.
So it's like, hey guys, look at my level design.
Yeah.
Instead of turning it into an actual video game level, this is just going to be the set piece for this chapter of my manga.
Yeah, it's like the first layer of the Abyss is like the fun adventures of the Abyss.
Tutorial.
There you go. Tutorial level. You know, Ragged Rico. Second level is like, okay, we're about to go on first adventures. By the sixth layer, you're like, God damn it, I'm bleeding out. I'm dying. Help me. I'm dying.
True life consequences.
True life consequences.
You get stung by a porcupine, and then this is what happens.
Oh. Gosh, don't tell me about that scene. Oh, that porcupine?
Yeah, it's a psychic porcupine.
I will wait till later. But I like I think in layer 4 or layer 5 of the Abyss, it was like you had this like creature that was just gnawing on like the this dead of the deceased. I don't know if we talked about it in the previous segment, but like,
are you talking about corpse sweepers again?
The corpse sweepers, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's like brilliant. Like, I think, like, the entire manga, like, how it's all laid out and structured, it's just, he put in detail into every single thing that ever happened, and that's really cool.
Yeah, like, you don't actually need to know what birthday fever is, but he decided to make an entire chapter and, like, an entire third of an episode about it.
Yeah, I know, it's freaking crazy, like, you know, and especially, like, some of the world, because I think, like, everything in Made in Abyss has lore behind it, and it does feel like a video game level, but it feels more like a like an MMO or not like an MMORPG, but like more like an RPG where it's like not everyone's out there to kill you. Like none of these monsters are here to like are serving some Dark Lord overlord or whatever. They're just I need food. Time to go eat.
It's just the local wildlife that just happens to eat people.
Exactly. So that was just one thing about Made in Abyss that I really felt like it was like as a whole just was very fun to watch, because it's just like you definitely get intrigued with the lore and the story, and the fact that the characters are like kind of designed very simply, it gives them a lot more freedom to express that world in a big, large scale. I don't know if you agree with me, DonnieK.
I mean, yeah, as a world-building thing, I guess it's kind of neat. You know, when you put it that way, it reminds me too much of Danmachi, then.
I guess so, yeah, Danmachi. Well, what
Welcome to this town where there's a hole in the ground. The only hole in the ground that ever goes anywhere. You want to go have a fun adventure, guys? The deeper you go, the more grotesque it gets. The difference being is that you can always go home in Danmachi.
Oh, yeah. Whereas in Main Abyss, it's like, ah, ha, ha, you're stuck.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But, like, and even when you're telling me about the manga and the whistles, I never knew that they were, they had to sacrifice humans.
Yeah.
In order to get their whistles. Like,
yeah, well, there wasn't a formal ritual for Rico and her whistle, but from what I gathered, yeah, it's kind of a rite of passage in order to get a white whistle, is you need to sacrifice a person.
That's crazy, dude.
Because, like, you thought MIDI was heartbreaking. The next one is kind of heartbreaking, I guess. So, like, we already made the spoiler warning. Why am I hesitating?
Yeah, why are you hesitating?
Anyways,
yeah,
so...
keep going.
Rico and company decide to go meet Brondu, the guy who decided to make a cool elevator that makes orphans into blobcats.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, they go meet the dude. Turns out Brondu has, he has a daughter. And it's like Shal Tucker all over again.
Oh my god.
But instead of actually sacrificing the daughter, he actually cares for his daughter. But the daughter is like, Rico, we're like besties, and I want to go on an adventure with you. Let's keep going.
That sounds...
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Let's keep going down, guys.
Down into despair and
yeah,
depths.
And then, well, in a fight with Reg, Brondrew does what... One of his special abilities is that he makes cartridges.
Dude, really, like, is it like Spider-Man where he spins his, like, cartridge webs and just shoots web, or what?
Imagine that, but instead of it being full of webbing, it's full of organs, so that, like...
That does sound like a Spider-Man power-up. It's like, could you imagine having to, like, swing from town to town on your freaking organs, just like...
Well, it's not like that. It's more of like, oh no, I ripped this tendon. That's okay. Open the, open this cartridge, and then just simply, fix up the problem.
Oh my god! So it sounds like Dragon Ball's like, you know when you ever watched that those Dragon Ball episodes where you see Bulma's like capsules and she like clicks it and then she gets like a new...
It's like that, but instead of having like a tiny capsule like that, his cartridge is about the size of like a small lunchbox.
Oh really?
Yeah, well, point being is they don't explain that it's full of people, just simply that cartridges heal him.
Dude, that's crazy.
And so like later on when they're fighting him and like he starts pulling out cartridges, he accidentally drops one of them.
Oh my god.
And then like they look inside and like there's an eye looking back out at him. And then it's like oh god, there are people in these, and he's like, yes, I carry everybody with me into the abyss. I haven't forgotten anybody who's helped me get this far.
But I think Brondu's like a Thanos, where he's a rationalist, right? Where it's like, I'm just want to thin the numbers. How can we?
No, well, yeah, it's kind of like that, but instead of it actually being in that sense of like, the population is what's the problem.
Yeah.
Brondrew's entire thing is just simply, in order to progress further, in order to just keep the adventure going and to help with human progress, you need to break a few eggs to make an omelet. So
yeah,
the body count will rise, but don't worry, their sacrifice isn't in vain.
Oh, okay. So like Brondu's like the anti-hero almost. Right?
Yeah, almost. It's more like a mad scientist, but yeah.
Mad scientist.
Like
he's a better Dr. Wily than Dr. Wily himself.
Either way, one of his the cartridge that the big reveal, like, oh no, cartridges are people.
Yeah.
Is actually his daughter.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I was going to go exploring, and she's coming with me, so yeah, I made her into a cartridge.
That's
and
crazy.
It's just like, you're kind of sick, and his response is, yeah, well, everyone has to be a little sick to get this far in.
Human progress.
Basically, and then so later on when they defeat Brondrew, it's an epic battle. I'll leave it at that because there's too much going on.
Oh, dude.
And so they take the cartridge with Rico's new friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's like a fourth party member that joins your party?
Yeah, except that it doesn't last long because later on it starts liquefying and pouring out of the cartridge. It's like, oh god, what is happening?
Oh no! So it's like one of those It's like it's those NPCs you get in like an RPG where it's like they're temporary, they're only there for temporary, and like once their story is done, they're gone from the game for good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And then, okay, so I haven't figured out how Nanachi figured this out, but she's like, oh, hang on, start scooping up all the liquid that came out of the cartridge, and then just shapes it into a ball, and it slowly just shapes itself into a human heart. And then she just wraps a cord around it and goes, hey, Rico, just hold on to this and wait for it to dry. And then it's like, wait, is this a white whistle? Yeah, it's a white whistle. Cool, we could keep going now. I guess she is traveling with me after all.
Oh my god, wait, so that's how Rico got a white whistle?
Yeah.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah, it's just a melted cartridge lolly.
Dude, man.
She's traveling with her bestie.
Like I said, Bay in the Abyss is a very, very... You would not expect that from a show where it's like, oh, hey, look at a cute camper girl and a robot boy going on adventures and shit, with all the shenanigans and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, I have to definitely check out the manga. Because it's really... I heard it's, like, beautifully drawn, too. Like, the manga.
Yeah, I mean... I need to actually read more of the manga, but that's as far as I got. Later on, oh, right, no, I go a little further. They go to a town where there's, like, rules.
Mm-hmm.
There's actual litigation where it's like, if you break precious things, the Abyss, for some reason, just fucks you up.
The Abyss literally fucks you.
Yeah, like,
oh my God.
Just, there's a random creature that squeezes one of the party members too hard and kind of breaks him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's no big deal, but still kind of breaks a thing.
Oh, so they get more party members over time. So like how many are they currently right now?
It is Reg, it is Rico, it is Nanachi, and
Cartridge Lolly.
No, the Cartridge Lolly died and turned into a white whistle. I'll call her she's not a member, she's an accessory or something to be worn.
Okay.
Cartridge Lolly did leave her pet hamster thing.
So that's tactic. It's like a sidekick.
Yeah, it's a party member, kinda.
Dude, that is like literally the RPG tropes.
Yeah, well, point being is, so the hamster thing, it got squeezed. It got squeezed so hard its organs came out its butt. Point being,
yeah,
in similar indestructible Nanachi fashion, it kind of just soaked up its organs back through its butt and then became normal again.
Oh my god, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird and creepy, but that's made an Abyss for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what anime is like. but
point being is, after the weird monster decided to crush a hamster, it kind of just exploded.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Because that's what happens when you break other people's precious things.
That sounds funny. Wait, is there one more, or is it just those three for now?
It's just them.
Okay, and then maybe just
there's a spider thing, but I don't know if that's a party member or not.
So like a little. Oh my gosh! Tell me it's like JoJo's, where it's a spider thing that follows them and it has a stand for some weird reason.
I mean, kinda. I don't know about the stand business, but more of the.
That was a joke.
Just saying, like, so. I have many chapters to go from here, but Reg gets separated from the crew, so Nanachi and Rico are just going to hang out in litigation land and watch as that guy who exploded gets, like, torn to pieces by the other inhabitants of the village.
That's crazy.
But meanwhile, Reg gets kidnapped by a spider lady.
Oh my gosh, tell me it's like the spider lady, like One Punch Man.
No, it's not like that. Imagine Nanachi, but with, like, extra arms. It's like that.
Oh, God. Speaking of Nanachi, back to the anime. those final 3 episodes, I really wanted more Nanachi in the series because like I like that they had the first like I think a couple of episodes to explain Nanachi's like lore and stuff, but I felt like it just ended off on a like cut note, and I really wish they would have just continued on.
Why? It's called a cliffhanger. Aren't you excited for season 2?
Oh, gosh dang it! Like no, we'll go into season 2 a little bit more later, but Nanachi and Midi, like, oh my god,
that was a friendship to last a lifetime.
Yeah, that hurt. That really hurt. Going through that was like, again, like Dark Souls. Like you plunge deeper and deeper into the level, and then it just fucks you over. So yeah, no, that's oh, that was heart wrenching though. I'm not gonna lie.
What point?
Oh, I mean, I remember the point where like you see the backstory about like, oh, Nanachi and Midi are like 2 orphan girls. Of course, everyone's getting turned on Midi because it's like, oh, look, Lolly, Opie Lolly. Well, I wasn't. I was just like, oh, this is a cool design or whatever. And then when you see him go through the elevator, it's just Midi gets 150% of the fucking
yes
of the curse, and Nanachi only gets 15%. And holy shit, that was nuts. Because you just see like Midi melting. And she's like, kill me,
yeah.
die.
Hey, if you want a good idea of like how to make a Moe Blob version of the Thing, it's kind of like that.
Are you serious? I mean, it's literally a Moe blob.
Yeah,
like a literal Moe blob, guys.
Yeah, she turns into a weird blob cat.
Yeah, and then that funeral part was like pretty heart-wrenching.
Now that one made me sad.
Yeah, that made me heart-wrench. Like, the fact that when they were trying to set it up, it's like, oh, it was
okay,
hard.
set her on fire. No, wait.
No, wait.
And then cry a little bit, and then, okay, now set her on fire.
Like, Jesus Christ, that just sucks. But, you know what? If it wasn't for that, Nanachi wouldn't have joined their party, so it's
That's
like,
true.
Because, like, if you really have to look at the group dynamic, it'd be like Riko's, like, the all-arounder. Like, she can heal, cook, and do all this thing, and maybe fight, but not, like, she's not good at any stat. Reg's, like, I think the kind of air-quote main protagonist.
The local tank.
Yeah, well, not the local tank, but he's an air-quote main protagonist because he has no memory, right? He's an amnesiac.
Oh, okay, yeah. That trope.
Yeah, the amnesiac trope. And then Nachi would be like the healer.
Yeah, support class.
Support class, like healer and stuff. And then hopefully our 4th party member would be more of like a brawler character where it's like
No, it's a hamster. It's an indestructible hamster.
Oh my god. Well, you're telling me the spider lady you speak of is more of is a fucking party member.
I'm curious to know if she does or not, because the entire deal that shows up in the manga as her introduction is just, hey Reg, how you doing? And the response is, wait, how do you know my name? Dude, your name was always Reg. I know who you are. You were going up last I checked. Wait. Okay, so you knew me before I had amnesia, but no, I was called Reg because of Rico's dog. No, you're weird.
Plot twist: Rico's dog was behind the abyss the entire time. He dug a large
That's
hole.
as far as I got, but yeah.
Could you imagine how anticlimactic that lore would be? Is just that the entire point of Reg's character was, or the entire point of the abyss was, a dog just decided to dig up the yard.
Eldritch horror of a dog decided to dig a hole that was so deep that
it died and never came back.
And it just messes with reality as itself.
As it goes slowly into the core of the earth. Oh, dude, that would be anticlimactic if that's all it was. It was all Rico's dog.
Well, when you put it's the dog ending of Silent Hill.
God, oh yeah, where the dog goes to Mars and shit, right? And then finds aliens. And it's like so like off-putting as opposed to the entire
first
game.
one was that the dog was behind everything. It was almost Wizard of Oz, sort of, where, ooh, spooky ghost town. No, it was a dog in a control room the entire time.
That was so anticlimactic
And
when
then-
I got the ending in Silent Hill 2. That was crazy.
I know, and then Silent Hill 2, I think it was the dog was in contact with aliens or something.
Yeah, that was like in Silent Hill like 2 or Silent Hill 3. I don't know. I remember like I think it was 3. That's the aliens. 2 was
okay.
the one with the control panel.
Oh.
Because 2 had the multiple endings. But yeah, I know it's crazy. Made in the Abyss is like Silent Hill, so it is. Like I said, that would be the most anticlimactic ending ever if the dog was behind the entire idea of the Abyss.
Yeah, which actually, now I think about it, it's not that far off to say that the Abyss itself is kind of like Silent Hill. Maybe not in the sense of, like, if you enter the Abyss, you're going to see your own hellscape.
Yeah.
But more of, no, there's something spooky and supernatural, and no one knows why.
Something very spooky going on in the Abyss.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of that, I guess moving forward, Season 2, what are your hopes? When do you think that's going to happen? Because I really want it to happen now.
I don't care, really, but that's because I expect it to come. It's kind of like, hey, didn't you want Attack on Titan Season 2 not like 2 or 3 years after the fact?
Yeah, well, I mean, with it being Abyss, I can get that show needs time in the oven, because they did really pull out all the stops with it, the animation staff, but I would like to see it hopefully in a year or two, and at least I'll be fucking done with this piece of shit school.
Well, why?
Good.
I know. It's just more of like...
Because it was funny, because I was watching Made in the Abyss, like, and this is what happens when I was watching Made in the Abyss during my finals. I was in the middle of finals, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to take a break. I'll go lay down and watch Made in the Abyss for a bit. Maybe that'll give me some inspiration, and while I could eat my food and tap my nice tea. Fucking that scene where Rico's, like bleeding out. I was like, in this same library. Mind you, I was in this same library. I stood up, walked around, and was like, you don't see it, viewer, but I was like gagging, like I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Good.
No, fuck you. Screw
you. You deserve it.
I just wanted a break from class, and all they do is they made me suffer more.
Your first mistake was thinking that you'll find some kind of peace of mind by going into the Abyss.
Good point. Either way, that was pretty wild and nuts. But yeah, besides that, going for Season 2, I'm like, I do want to check out the manga because the art's fucking beautiful.
Yes.
I do really want to check out the manga. Where does it cover? Like, do you know how many chapters of the manga it covered?
No, but a good way to look at it, it's like maybe 2.5 volumes of manga makes the entire series.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, should I like go ahead and purchase all of it, or should I like go and get like maybe start off with Volume 3 and then maybe?
It depends. Like, if you're a completionist and a collector, then get volumes 1 through 3. If you're only here for the story, then just go from 3 onward.
Okay, I might just go on for 3 onward, because I might check out Made in the Abyss sometime soon. So, do we have any final thoughts about the series or the show, or?
I'm trying to think of if anything interesting happened, but no, it was a delightful show.
Very delightful.
Not even sarcastic there. It was fun, delightful, and you go show it to your friends.
Yeah, you show it to your friends and just be like, it's like, this is, hey. No, but you do it as this is a fun adventure manga.
Yeah.
And if they come back horrified,
So I heard you like Yuru Camp. Here you go.
So, hey, guys, I heard you like RPGs. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just simply like that. So other than that, I guess that's an episode, right?
Yeah. Well, till next time, guys. Later.
Bye.